Hello dear students, it's time for English class and we have started Unit 8 Srinivasa Ramanujan. We completed the first part in video and the second part we had done live class. So we'll revise the things we have studied till now and then move ahead with the next activities. Let's do a quick recap. The first activity was the fun activity where you had to play with your friend and you had to guess the number which your friend had thought. The steps were given, which we did in the live class as well. The second activity was about the scientists whose pictures were given and you had to write their names and their research. And the third activity, the main part, was the chapter about Srinivasa Ramanujan. We have studied about him in the in the video given, and we also did the revision in the live class. So now let's move ahead. Activity 3 had the the lesson given, and it also had the exercises. The first exercise was answer the questions. Those who were not present during the live class, they can watch this video so that it's not missed and can write the answers in their textbook or rough book. The answers that you have to write in your class notebook, I will share the PDF file with you. So you have to write that accordingly. So let's revise what were the questions and the answers to them. Question 1. What was unusual about Ramanujan at school? What was that quality? What was the skill? So what was unusual, which is not ordinary? What did he have? Ramanujan had unusual mathematical skills at school. Question 2. How was he different from the others at the age of 14? What did he do when he was 14 years old, which was different from other children of that same age? At the age of 14, he could solve problems in trigonometry which even college students could not. You must be aware that trigonometry is a part of maths. It's a subject of maths. So that difficult problems which even college students cannot do, Ramanujan could easily solve at the age of 14. Question 3. Why was Srinivas dejected by his college education? Why was Srinivas dejected by his college education in Tamil Nadu? Srinivas was dejected by his college education in Tamil Nadu because he appeared 3 times for his FA examination but failed each time as he could not get passing marks in English. Dejected means why was he upset? Why was he sad by his college education? He was sad because though he was so good at maths, but as he cannot get passing marks in English, he failed 3 times. Question 4. Who saw Ramanujan's work in Cambridge? Why was his admission into college unusual? Ramanujan sent his papers to a person in Cambridge. Who was he? G.H. Hardy, an acclaimed mathematician of his time. Acclaimed means who is famous, whose work is appreciated. So, G.H. Hardy, who was an acclaimed mathematician of his time, saw Ramanujan's work in Cambridge. And why was his admission into college unusual? His admission into college was unusual because the university admitted him without an application. The normal procedure is that students apply, they reject or accept. But in Ramanujan's case, they gave admission to Ramanujan without his application. Question 5. What were the causes of Ramanujan's poor health at Cambridge? What were the reason behind his poor health? Strenuous work. Strenuous means too hard, that very difficult work. So he used to work very hard So that strenuous work. Inadequate food. The proper food was not there. It was not as per his taste, nor it was at proper time, at proper intervals, and even in proper proportion. So that inadequate food and loneliness were the causes of Ramanujan's poor health at Cambridge. Next exercise is complete the sentences. First one. Ramanujan was a mathematical genius as he made blank. You have to fill the blank with the sentence, the part of sentence which is given in your textbook. So Ramanujan was a mathematical genius as he made what? He made extraordinary contributions to mathematical analysis. Analysis means that study, that examination. You break down what is the result from it, or so he did that study of maths and infinite series. Series is serial numbers like 1 2 3, so that series, and infinite series which does not have any end, infinite series, and continued fractions. You are aware about fractions, you are studying them in maths. Question 2. The sentence. A mathematical society named after Ramanujan. Which society? Ramanujan Mathematical Society, RMS, held a series of activities in 2012. And if we are talking about a mathematics center named after Ramanujan, it was set up in Chennai. Activity 4. Match the words of column A with the opposites in column B. A. Multiply, pass, short, birth, begin. And column B. Death, divide, end, fail, long. So, students, even in your exams, I have told you that you don't have to match the following by crossing lines. I mean, that's for LKG, HKG students. But now you have to write the answer as I have written. Here we were not given the numbers and alphabets. Like normally you are given like 1 multiply, and in column B you have A death. So that way you have to write the answer, but this is how your answer will look. A multiply, the opposite is divide. Pass, fail, short, long, birth, death, and begin, end. I'm sure this was very easy and even you could have done by yourself. Now use the words given in column B in the blanks below. So which were the words given in column B? They were divide, fail, long, death, and end. From these 5 words, you have to fill in the blanks which are given here. First one. There was a long queue at the exit gate at the blank of the movie. Now, movie has beginning and end. We won't be writing at the divide of the movie or fail of the movie, long of the movie, death of the movie, but there was a long queue at the exit gate at the end of the movie. Second one. The blank of the president of the society made everybody very sad. Is it divide of the president, fail of the president, long of the president, death of the president? A person dies, so the death of the president. Third one. We have to stand in a blank queue for tickets at the railway station. Which 3 options are remaining? Divide, fail, and long. Queue is that line. So that long line is there. So we have to stand in a long queue for tickets at the railway station. Fourth one. Mother said to her son, you will blank in your exam if you do not study properly. From the given options, you will divide in your exam if you do not study properly, or if you will fail in your exam. What will happen if you do not study properly? You will fail in your exam. So the answer is fail. And question 5. Let us blank the class into 4 groups. Let us divide the class into 4 groups. Won't let us fail the class into 4 groups. Let us long the class. Let us death the class. Let us end the class. Let us divide the class into 4 groups. The teacher said to her students. You have to write these blanks in your textbook right now. Activity 5. In the magic grid given below, there are 5 hidden verbs. Find and circle them. Then use those words in the sentences given below. Here 5 verbs are hidden. Verbs means they are the action words. The words which show action. So from this, you have to find and circle the verbs. I'm giving you time. You can pause the video right now and try to find those verbs by yourself. I'm sure you will enjoy. It's like the fun activity. So you can do that right now and then play the next part of the video. Done? So we get this answer. In the first row, we get the word spend. Now students, in your book, the word is if we see the first row, we get the words ASDEND. But there is the mistake. So instead of D, the word should be P. So we get the word spend. Then we get the word heard in the 4th row. The 5th row, we get the word verb watched. And if we see the columns, the second column has the verb slept and the last column has the verb told. So the verbs we get are spent, heard, watched, slept and told. And from these we have to fill in the blanks. First one. My baby brother blank all through the functions. What did the baby brother do? Spend. But what did this brother spend? We do not have anything like that. Heard all through the functions. But if the verb is given heard, you should be aware about what did you hear. Watched. What did you watch? Slept. So the baby brother slept all through the functions. Second, we often blank our time watching TV in the evening. What do you do with your time? You heard the time, you watched the time, slept the time or told the time. What do? You spend your time. So we often spend our time. Third, I blank the sound of the blast while shopping in the market. Sound. What do you do with sound? You hear the sound. So I heard the sound of the blast. Fourth, Sheila blank her mother that she would be late in returning home. From the options we get the answer. Sheila told her mother. And fifth one, the football fans blank the final of the match with a lot of expectations from their teams. What do the fans do? They watch the match. So the football fans watched the final of the match with a lot of expectations from the teams. So this is it for today. In your homework, you have to write these exercises in your English textbook. That's it for today. Just study well and enjoy your day.